Today, we're going to be talking about glamping resorts, specifically tree houses. If you're new here, my name's Heather, and I've been investing in real estate for over a decade. I already own some glamping accommodations, but I've been staying in different accommodations around the area to see what my competition's like and to see what I want to add to some new properties that I'm building or buying. So tonight I'm staying at this tree house in the Smoky Mountains, and I want to share my experience with you guys and let you know how it works from an operations standpoint, as well as what it's like to experience it as a guest. I did a video a few weeks ago for y'all on tiny homes. We can link that below. I also stayed in this really cool glamping tent a couple weeks ago and made a video. We'll link that for you guys below as well. But glamping can be anything that you come up with. Sky's the limit on accommodation types. I've seen remodeled train cars. I've seen some really cool remodeled buses. There's these awesome Airstreams that have been updated and remodeled. There's yurts, there's tree houses, there's domes, there's really cool tents that have bathrooms and showers. But it's kind of sky's the limit on your glamping options. But this tree house is one of the coolest I've seen so far. So I'm excited to show you my experience and all the things that are around. So let's take a look. So I just got here. I drove down this crazy windy road that I wasn't quite exactly sure where I was going. But now that I'm here, it looks super cool. I'm gonna show you guys around and go check out the treehouse I'm staying in. One of the first things I noticed that's really nice and unique is that you can see that my car is here behind me and the treehouse that I'm staying in is right there. So being able to be close to your vehicle and not have to carry your stuff a long way when you're glamping is something that's nice and doesn't always happen. This is so cute. I love it. The little kitchen. It's really nice. Oh, this is so cool. This is like a little screened-in porch area. So you can sit outside and listen to that awesome stream without being eaten up by mosquitoes. Or sit on the porch if you like. The porch is really cute. You can see the tree goes through the top there of the porch. Maybe I'll just sleep in this room. You don't have a stove, but you've got everything you need. You've got the toaster oven and the microwave, and the little refrigerator and coffee pot. This copper sink's really cool. And the bathroom's just enough. It's kind of dark in here, but just enough. Kind of carrying the copper throughout. Super cute. This one actually sleeps 4 people, technically, in the bedroom. I love it. Kind of kept that cabin theme throughout. Reminds me of the cabins. Let's check out the loft area. So this one, they claim that it sleeps 4 people. But this is the bedroom that's up in the loft area. And it's a long way down. I'm just gonna sit right here for the next like 24 hours and enjoy the sound of the stream. Listen to it. It's so peaceful and relaxing. I feel like if you were writing a book or looking to reset, that this would be the perfect spot to sit and do that. I actually have plans to turn off my phone and kind of disconnect for a couple hours so that I can think about automations for all my properties without any interruptions. So this is a perfect spot for that. So the location this in is some kind of resort that has some other stuff at it. So let's walk around and see what the property has to offer. I also read in the description that there's some kind of hammocks or seating areas underneath the tree houses. So let's go check it out. You have these really awesome seating areas. You could grill if you wanted to. sitting down there with a fire with the sound of the stream in the back is awesome. And then there's these little dome things that cover up the picnic tables. I'm guessing it's meant to keep the bugs out. Or the bears. Look at that one. That one's way up there. It's so cool. And here's that stream that we keep hearing. When I was driving in, I could hear the stream, or see the stream all down the road. This is a beautiful property. It's an amazing location. What's interesting is we're only like 15 minutes from all of the main attractions in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. And then the entrance of the Smoky Mountain National Park is really close to here also. So having this as your base camp, whether you want to hang out in town or you want to go hiking, would be awesome. Overall, it seems like a really cool spot. I'm excited to learn a little more about the operations and what goes on here and see what it's like to spend the night. So I'll keep y'all updated. I want to show y'all how they have the tree coming up through the deck of the treehouse. Look at this. You can see how it's still got some room to grow, and the way they've anchored it to the ground over there, it's pretty cool. If you've seen any of my other videos or courses, you've heard me talk about how important it is in glamping to make sure that you're providing different things, because they're not camping, they're expecting it to be glamorous. So you want things like somebody might find in a hotel. So for example, in this property, not only do you have a fully stocked kitchen, but they've included a little snack bar that's got your coffee and a couple snacks, as well as some dish soap. You've got your hand soap and your paper towels. Again, and all of the things that they need in the kitchen. If we look inside the drawers, they've got all the stuff that you're gonna need to get your fire started and anything. Can't forget the wine opener, most important thing. And there's actually 2 in there. Clearly they know how important it is. They've included extra trash bags and a little lantern light for at night and some extra lighters, as well as a fire extinguisher, which in order to meet code in most places, that's something that you would need. I think if anything, I'd probably have added an extra couple bottles of water, just when you're paying this price to stay somewhere. A couple bottles of water would have been nice. You'll also notice that in the bathroom, they've included, you know, a face wipe and some nice body wash and shampoo and lotion, just like you might find in a nice hotel, as well as some really great linens, plenty towels, lots of extra towels and toilet paper, and a hairdryer. They're providing an extra blanket in case you were to need it. Another important thing in your glamping accommodations is making sure that people know how to use everything. For example, here on the nightstand, you see that they've got instructions on how to use the heat and air conditioning. You wouldn't want your guest to not know how to use a mini split, which is common in glamping accommodations, and, you know, be the middle of the night and them not be able to get their heat and air on, and that affect their whole experience. I didn't notice this when I first came in, but they have it to where you can set a table up if you want to be able to do that. I love how much thought they put into everything about this property. If you notice, the wall in the bedroom has a really cool accent, and they've even put the trendy kind of barn door in the bedroom. It's a small space, but they worked really hard to make it a unique experience that people will remember and want to come back to and even talk to their friends about. So, how was my stay? I'm gonna give you my full review on the treehouse, but first, the real estate investor side of me wants to tell you about the reason I came out here in the first place. Whether you've heard of glamping or not, the truth is, it's still a pretty niche and small industry. So people still keep asking me, Heather, is this just a fad or trend? My short answer to that is no. In fact, last year, the market size for glamping was valued at almost $2 billion and is expected to grow to almost $6 billion by 2028. Glamping is here, and it's here to stay. Clearly, there is a lot of opportunity within this space to create great properties. And part of the reason for me coming out here was to learn more of what makes this specific property so great. The obvious answer is the glamorous part of glamping. Travelers interested in glamping prioritize services and amenities that are featured in hotels and resorts. 55% of glampers seek Wi-Fi accommodations on their trips, and 63% prioritize social activities on the campsite. With these numbers and my experience from the last night, it's clear that the things that come with the glamping accommodations are just as important. When thinking about the types of glamping resorts I want to build, I have to consider all of the things that go into it as well. Another reason I came was to see the type of people and popularity types of places like this had. I was lucky to actually book the place I stayed last night because someone had canceled their reservation. People now seem to want the more modern and comfortable experience now compared to old-fashioned camping with tents. Even though camping itself has seen quite the increase in popularity over the last 2 years, 49% of campers are interested in transitioning to a more modernized experience. The point of all these stats is to explain to y'all that on top of the glamping accommodation being a fun and unique experience, they're a great addition to any real estate investment property. The outdoor hospitality business isn't slowing down anytime soon, and in order to make your property stand out from the rest, you gotta get creative. Glamping is a perfect way to achieve this, and who doesn't like the idea of sleeping in a treehouse that has electricity and water and heat? Even from my other experiences with tiny homes, cabins, and even tents, the truth is that the glamping industry isn't going anywhere. These types of places and accommodations are insanely popular and will only continue to get even more popular as newer and more sophisticated types of accommodations are built. At my own RV parks, I plan to continue to build and expand all different types of glamping accommodations. They continue to bring in a ton of money year over year. Okay, now for the fun part. Sleeping arrangements, toiletries, and other interior features, outside and surrounding amenities. Overall, I highly recommend staying at any type of treehouse that is similar to the one I stayed at. Everything about my experience was great, and what I loved the most was the ambiance of the property itself. It is definitely something I want to replicate when I build my own treehouse and glamping accommodations. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about RV parks, campgrounds, glamping, and more, make sure you subscribe. Let me know in the comments what type of accommodation y'all want me to visit next.